It's been a long while. Miss Rachel is here once again. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to create a facade of your website with a responsive navigation bar. Let's get started! I use Notepad++ as my text editor. If you don't have Notepad++ in your computer, just open your browser and type in the search engine Notepad++. Download and select the latest version of the Notepad++. So this is the latest version you download, and after downloading, you install. So now this is the downloaded Notepad++. You click it and then follow the instructions on how to install this Notepad++. After installing the Notepad++, you open the Notepad++ in your computer and start doing the website. Just click File, then New to create a new file. Then after that, you type first the basic structure of HTML. So basically, the language that we are using here is HTML. HTML means Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is one of the languages that you can use to create and design a website. So we have to write first the basic structure. So HTML. So you have to follow the basic pattern in HTML: opening and closing. So this is the opening and this is the closing tag with a slash. You bring it down. After that, write the head. Write the head tag. Opening, this is opening. Always use the basic pattern. Opening, then closing. Then inside the head is a title. Okay, so opening and closing. So let's say your title is My First Website. Then after that, proceed to the body tag, opening, and then the closing. Okay, always remember that a closing tag has a slash. Then you bring this down. The basic structure is done. So opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing. And now start doing the content of your web page. As you can see here in the facade, the navigation bar is at the top. So we have to make this first before we proceed to the contents of your web page. In the navigation bar, I will be using the unordered list. So opening, closing. Inside the unordered list is a list item. Opening, closing. The first in the list item is a home button. So I will use here the hyperlink. So the hyperlink starts with the anchor tag, href. Href stands for the horizontal reference. Horizontal reference is a link where you can connect to your web page. Note that when there is equal sign, there must be double quote. And the first button is home. So this is the opening tag, and the closing is, since we start with A, we will close also with the A. So A here is the anchor tag. Okay, so this is the first button of the navigation bar, the home. So we will put the link as home, and later we will put the link here. Alright, so we are done with the first button of the navigation bar. To proceed to the next button, just highlight the first list item, press Ctrl C on your keyboard and put a space here, press Ctrl V to paste, and replace the another button to about, and put the about here for the meantime that you don't have the link. And after that, proceed to the next button. So since you copied a while ago, so you just paste it again. So it's okay if you can copy once, then you can paste and paste and paste. It's okay. So replace with contact, and this one also. And let's say for the last button, so listings, example listings. And now that the button of the navigation bar is complete, we have the home, about, contact, and listings. Let's try to save, and let's see the result. How to save this? Just click File, click Save As, and any file name that you want to name this file. So example, I'll name this EHLP because this is the name of the realty that I'm in right now, the Awesome House and Lot in the Philippines. And then always remember to put the .html. And in the Save As type, don't forget to select the all types. And then you select whether you will save your file in download, in documents, or in desktop. So I will choose download to save my file. Then I click save. Alright, so after that, you check the file if it is there. So it's here, EHLP. Then go back to the code. Okay, so as you can see here, it's color coded. So this is the indication that the file is already saved. So if I'm going to click here the opening, I have here also the closing. Okay, opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, and so on and so forth. Same thing with the hyperlink, a space href. Okay, with the first button. Okay, opening, content, and then the closing. All right, and then let's see the result of this code. Okay, so here it is. So I save my file here in download, and then this is the file AHLP. So double click it to see the result. Here it is. Okay, so as you could see here, it's not yet done because the result is vertical. So we have to make it like this. Okay, the horizontal one. Okay, so how to create a horizontal button for the navigation bar? So we'll proceed to the coding and go back to the text editor. Okay, so to make the button horizontal, we will apply the CSS. What is CSS? CSS stands for the Cascading Style Sheets. So how to write the cascading style sheets? So we have here the head, opening and closing. So basically it's after the closing tag of the title before the closing tag of the head. So you bring this down, and to write the CSS, always remember to write first the command style with the opening and the closing with a slash, and then you bring this down. Okay, so remember we have 4 buttons here: home, about, contact, and listings. So how to make this, how to make the result horizontal? So we have to write a CSS code. So as you could see here, we are using LI. LI stands for the list item. So we will use here the LI as our selector. And for the CSS, we will be using the curly brace. Okay, so, and the basic pattern is selector. Inside the curly brace is a property. Okay, so property. So we will use the display because we will going to display the this button horizontally. So we will use the inline here and semicolon. So we have here the selector, curly brace, opening, closing. Display is the property. After the property, you write the colon, and this is the value, the inline that you're going to display. Okay, that is the command that you're going to display this buttons horizontally. So selector, curly brace, opening and closing curly brace, display, colon, value, that is the inline, and at the end of the value, which is the inline, don't forget to write the semicolon. And you save the changes. Then after that, go to the file, double click it, and here it is. It is already in horizontal. Now this is the end of the part 1 video. Please watch the part 2 of this video for the next episode.